Amazon live streaming. That's what we're talking about on today's show. I'm so excited to be back with you guys again on this Monday. It's a little bit special of a Monday for me because just welcome baby girl. So this is my first show since her arrival. So I'm missing her right now as I'm doing this show. So I want to thank you guys in advance for all you guys that sent thank you messages and notes and all that good stuff. I definitely do appreciate you all. Everybody that's here watching live, welcome. Bernade, I see you here live. Roz, I see you here live. Billy, I see you here live. I appreciate you guys. Tia, thank you. I appreciate you for being here live as well. All of my Amazon Live community, tribe, family, I'm excited to connect with you guys in this setting. We have a special guest today, and you guys already know who he is. Well, you might not know who he is for the purpose of this show, but you do know who he is on Amazon. So before we get to that, I want to just welcome all of you guys. Thank you, Tawana. I see Main Man Dev up there. Awesome. Appreciate you guys for being here. As we get through tonight, I want you guys to make sure that you ask questions, especially as it pertains to one of my favorite subjects called Amazon Live. Now, I got started in Amazon Live in 2020, in July 2020. I saw this live streaming thing and I saw Amazon, and I was just like, Amazon and live streaming, that just makes sense to me. And so since that time, I've been on the platform and been able to meet some amazing people, which is my guest tonight, Mr. David Nguyen. Now, this show is sponsored by Melon. I want to thank Melon for making this happen. If you guys are into live streaming, you want to start live streaming, I highly encourage you to check out Melon. They are an easy to use live streaming service that makes it simple to just go live. And I am a big advocate for video. Live video allows you to engage with your audience like we're doing right now tonight. So make sure that you guys check them out at melonapp.live. And if you're on the YouTube side, we have those pinned in the comment section. And if you're on the Facebook side, it's in the description section. All right. So if you guys are interested in start live streaming and you're not doing it yet, check out Melon. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to get to a friend of mine now. This guy, if you've been on Amazon Live, you've seen him. If you haven't been on Amazon Live, you will see him because he stands out. His personality is like none other. Mr. David Nguyen is going to be with me tonight. All right. So you guys are going to be in for a treat. He has been on Amazon Live for a long time, and he has definitely risen up the ranks. Is going to be able to provide us some insight into why he got on Amazon Live and the benefits of being on that platform. So without further ado, let's welcome my guy David to the stage. What's going on, David? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you, my friend? Congratulations on your new baby.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're doing good. David, you always got something in your hands. If you guys don't know David is like, he is one of those guys that will keep you entertained. And we're going to talk about it, that some of these different aspects of video and live video and how he does what he does. But first, David, let me have you introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are and what do you do, and we'll get right into it.
Absolutely. Let me get down personal and a little close. Oh, well, if you're going to show me full screen, I'll stand back here a little bit and do a little dance with you while I talk to you guys. So thank you so much for having me on here. I'm excited to be here. My name is David Nguyen. I go by Utechpia on Amazon Live. I love the platform. I started just a few months before Monte. I started in March of 2020. That's almost 2 years ago. And the reason why I started on Amazon Live is because I found out well, my goal since the beginning was to be a YouTuber and do well as a YouTuber, because as you know, YouTube is the big rage right now. Everyone, even their kids, when they go to school and the teacher asks, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they're like, I want to be a YouTuber. I was like, what? Wow, that's amazing, right? And that's how I felt too. I saw the stars rising from nothing and becoming amazingly successful as YouTubers, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month and just living the life. So I started my YouTube career in 2017, trying to grow that. And it took me about 5 years to really make some movement on YouTube. And it wasn't even that much money for the time I put in and the amount of effort I put in. And long story short, Amazon Live reached out to me and said, hey, we have this beta program called Amazon Live, which wasn't even, a public thing at that time. I got invited to try it out. I got hooked on it. I think it's the greatest thing out there. And I've been on the platform again since March of 2020. I love the platform. Like Monty says, it's a great combination of live streaming and e-commerce combined. It's the only platform like that in the United States. I mean, in China, live streaming is the biggest rage. People are making so much money on live streaming. There are people that make enough sales in one live stream session than the brand that they're representing makes in the entire year. It's crazy. It's amazing. So influencers are like the biggest rage. They're bigger than celebrities in China now because they're so valuable to the brands that work with them. I mean, you can imagine a brand can spend tons of money on a Super Bowl ad, Super Bowl commercial, radio ad, commercials on TV, podcasts, all that. It doesn't matter because one influencer doing a live stream can sell enough products to compare to the entire year that that brand is able to sell without the influencer. It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
Right, Monty? It's
yeah.
crazy.
The influencer economy is here, and it's definitely growing and booming. So, um, let's jump into this, David. So,
Yeah, let's do it.
what got you into like video and live stream, and kind of take me back down that path, and how'd you kind of get introduced to this aspect of going live?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was never a live streamer. I was a photographer. I was shooting weddings. I've been shooting weddings for 10 years. And when I started my YouTube channel back in about 2017, I was doing a mix of YouTube and shooting weddings at the same time. But YouTube never really picked up for me because you'll be making videos and you'll be just praying for even the first 100 views. You know, it's really hard. So I never thought of anything. I just tried, and grew and grew. And I tried to do like 1 or 2 live streams on YouTube. It's like, it's not for me. And those were getting even less views than the actual videos that I was making. So I thought like, okay, I'm gonna focus on high production quality videos. I would spend like a week to like really like fine tune my videos, do B-rolls, edit it, make it look really good. And I push out content that way. I was not into live streaming. I'm a perfectionist. So to
Mm,
me, live streaming was like, what? You can't, dude, I take 5 cuts to say my intro on my video on YouTube. But live streaming, you got one shot. You mess up, well, it's live. You keep going, right? So I didn't like the idea of going live. But like I mentioned earlier, I got reached out by Amazon Live as a beta program, and they said, hey, you know what? They gave me a big incentive to go live, and every time I went live for an hour or longer, they would give me like an incentive, like a physical amount of a gift card to say, right? So I'm like, sure, why not? I tried it. And long story short, I enjoy it because I interact with people. And the best part is it's less stressful and less taxing on me than a YouTube video. Because YouTube video, I mean, you create YouTube video, you know, to make content on YouTube, it's got to be high quality. It's got to be researched, be edited and filmed really well. It's got to have SEO tags. You got to have a good title. You got to make a good thumbnail, all that work, right? Whereas Amazon Live, I literally just go live and talk about my favorite products. And when I'm done, that's it. I'm done with the stream. And not that money matters, but money is always part of the equation. In 1 year on Amazon Live, this year alone, I made over $40,000 already and spent about an average of 1 hour per day going live and mixed with a couple of shop videos. But that's something we can talk about later. Whereas on YouTube, it took me 5 years and I've made only $20,000. So money doesn't really matter, but it makes it a lot easier to go live on Amazon when I know I'm making a ton of money. So
yeah.
hopefully that helps you kind of get an idea of why I started doing live streaming, even though I'm a perfectionist and I would never have done live streaming ever.
Yeah, I think each of these platforms are unique in like what you said, YouTube, and I always tell people it's a long-term game. There's a lot that goes into YouTube. Like you said, you got to get your thumbnails, you got to do SEO, you got to research. Are people even looking for what you want to talk about? And like you said, a lot of people want to get into YouTube, and I let them know, like, hey, it's not as easy as it may sound. It can be done, but you definitely have to do some work. And I'm a perfectionist too. I will sit there and I'll do a video, and if I don't nail it the way I had it in my mind, I go back and watch it. I'm like, oh, not using this clip. I got to do it over and do it over. And like you said, okay, I'll go live for an hour at a time, and that's it. Versus editing a video where it's hours at a time because you're sitting there in perfection mode and you have to edit your videos. So you made the switch, you kind of jumped into Amazon Live. And when you jumped into Amazon Live, were you were you one of the people that was thinking like, okay, this is a huge opportunity, or let me just see what happens here? I'm not going to really take it too seriously. I'm just going to do enough to kind of just see what happens.
It was kind of a little bit both. First I thought it was a scam, but then once I realized they actually
That sounds
want
like most of
me.
the viewers on Amazon Live, right?
Right, right. But when I got onto Amazon Live, I'm like, hey, this is cool. Like, I see the potential because as a YouTuber, I would struggle, like we said, like making a video, but would get no exposure. And the moment that I went live on Amazon, I'm like, wow, I'm actually featured on a product page on Amazon. Wait, let me think this through. Let me just put a product to talk about that happens to be a bestseller, one that a ton of people watch. So I started putting my product here. So talking about like Rode Wireless Go microphones, really high end cameras, and then before I know it, people were coming onto the stream asking me about questions about these products, and wow, I get attraction from organic traffic that I never had on YouTube, even though I tried for 5 years, and my blog barely got any traffic too, but on Amazon, it's an amazing opportunity. And frankly, to be honest, it's partially because it's not oversaturated yet. There's hardly anybody to compete against you. So when you go live on Amazon, you have the whole platform that has millions of products that you can essentially be featured on any of these products based on how you're ranked and what product you tend to feature. And it's just eye-opening that you have this exposure on a platform. So I saw it as an amazing opportunity, my friend.
Yeah, that organic reach, I noticed the same thing when I jumped on. It's like, okay, I would go live on Facebook. I would go live on YouTube. So some of you guys that are watching, you go live on Instagram or LinkedIn, and you're trying to get that exposure, and that organic exposure is something that's so critical to your growth. And I noticed the same thing, David. I was like, hold on, I would go live on Amazon, this brand new platform, and I would have so many more viewers than on the platforms I was fighting to get the attention on. And I just thought it was something like, man, there's got to be something here. That it's Amazon, it's live streaming, and something you talked about was this live e-commerce shopping experience. And I'm like, whoa. And I get to talk about things that I already own and love to talk about. Talk about that, David. Like, I know a lot of people, because we both have communities about Amazon Live, people are always asking, well, what can I talk about? I started with things I just had and I just own, and I had been already talking about on other platforms, right? What did you kind of start with when it came to what do I talk about on Amazon?
Oh, for me, it was easy. I'm a tech YouTuber, so I have all the tech gear to talk about. But a lot of people don't have that opportunity, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be on Amazon Live." And if they're lucky enough to be able to apply and have the opportunity to be on Amazon Live, they're like, "Okay, so what do I talk about? I don't have all the fancy gear that you have, David." Well, I tell you guys, do you shop on Amazon? And pretty much every single body that I've asked that question to, even a 2-year-old, will even know what Amazon is. They'll shop on Amazon. So whatever you shop on Amazon, that's the best thing to talk about because they are products that you actually research, you actually bought because you need it. So you've been using it. So therefore, it's a perfect product for you as a content creator on Amazon Live to talk about because not only do you know the product, but you use it firsthand. And more importantly, you purchase that product because you had a need for it and that product satisfied the need for you. So that's like the best person to talk about the product. So therefore, you talk about the product that you buy, use, and know, and that's how you just go on Amazon. Like anyone can talk about any product. I mean, there's strategy about buying a particular product just to talk about it, but I think in the beginning, it's easiest just to talk about the products that you already know, have, and use on an everyday basis.
hmm I want to welcome Cheryl. I see David Hunt here. I see Dana here. Toya's here. Good to see all you guys jumping in. If you haven't, let me know that you're here. Let me know by saying hi in the chat. I got my guy David here with me today. We're talking about Amazon Live, one of my favorite topics, especially last year, and again this 2022. It's kind of like one of my main things of like, okay, this is the platform I want to spend a lot more attention on because of the potential that's here. Um, David, when you got started on Amazon Live, okay, so you see that there's some organic reach, you see that there's some growth here, you get to talk about things that you're already talking about. You created these other opportunities financially, and for me, I didn't know they would happen the way they happened. I had done what if you guys tuned in last week, I had my guy Billy on. We were talking about monetizing your content. And I'm all about what's up, Carmelita? Good to see you here. She said, hey, super dad Monte. Thank you so much. Um, when I had got on Amazon Live, I didn't think about brand deals and sponsorships. It didn't even cross my mind. The same way like on YouTube, and I had done some deals where I featured products in videos. But on Amazon, it just seemed like, hold on, all these companies that were kind of like looking at it the same way we started to look at it, they were like, hey, let's get our products in front of these influencers. Were you aware of this influencer marketing, this e-commerce thing? Or did it kind of start to happen as you were going live on Amazon? Then you started seeing, oh, there's additional opportunities here for me to monetize what I'm doing.
Great question and a fantastic observation. It kind of happened by itself organically. And I think because of the times too, because the pandemic has actually
Yeah,
fueled live streaming and live streaming has been growing as we jumped on. And I gotta say, it might be a perfect storm that we both got on the platform right as it started to emerge, right?
yeah,
Because it's big now. Brands are starting to realize just because of the success in China, how live streaming e-commerce is blowing up in China, brands in the United States are starting to do it. And so brands have always been able to do live streams on Amazon prior to us being able to live stream, but they never thought of it as anything useful. So they never used it. In fact, that's why Amazon decided, hey, let's open up this platform for influencers like yourself and myself and anyone who's watching to be an influencer and talk about products because we have more passion than the brands have about their own product, evidently. So yeah, so there's great opportunities. But once we start doing it, the brands start realizing it. And here's the cool thing: it's crazy, but Amazon charges brands like $40,000 brand deal contract to be featured and have their product featured on Amazon Live. And I saw that, and all of us in the community saw that. I'm like, wait a minute. So that means we can do that too because we can feature ourselves talking about their product, just like Amazon can feature themselves talking about the brand's product. So I've been starting to talk to different brands like Shure. We've been talking about Shure microphones, Elgato, all the nice brands that I've always wanted to work with. Now I have a place that's very unique. I mean, those brands can go to YouTube and reach out to a ton of YouTube tech creator or any kind of niche. There's tons and many in C. But on Amazon, there's only like a handful, literally probably a couple of thousand, if not less than 1,000, of active Amazon live streamer. So we have an amazing something to offer these brands, right? We have the amazing ability to broadcast their product on Amazon.com, the biggest shopping network in the United States, and our viewers have the option to click on the product underneath our carousel as we're talking, pitching the product, and they can buy. The brands are going nuts over this amazing platform and how they can generate tons of sales through influencer. And yeah, I'm taking advantage of those deals as you are, Monty, and many other people in the community.
yeah. It's creating these opportunities, and like you said, like these major companies that we never thought that we could probably work with, or it was just so far away in the distance. Like I've got to do a lot more to work with the company X, right? But on Amazon, it's oh, I can talk about their products and I can be this conduit between them and Amazon. And I'm just like, that's a big deal. And there's not a lot of people doing it. So I want you guys in the comments in the chat, let me know like what your area of expertise is, because we have people that are and one that I haven't seen yet, I'll say the pet industry. If you're in the pet industry, I think you guys are would have a tremendous success on Amazon because I haven't seen a lot of people specifically in that industry. But I've seen people that do cooking. We've seen people that are artists on the platform. Obviously, we got people like me and David that are more techie related people. But there's all kinds of products on Amazon, and you can just talk about them. We've seen David, people that do interviews like this on Amazon, and there's so many different ways that you can go live. Let's talk about strategy a little. Well, let's talk about the way you like to go live. Because if you guys have not seen David, I've got all his information linked and pinned here. So make sure you check out him on Amazon Live, because I promise you, you're not going to see anything like it. Don't try to duplicate David. It ain't happening. It's not happening. David is awesome at what he does. But David, talk about that. Like the way you go live. You bring a lot of energy, you bring a lot of fun, you bring a lot of interaction. And for someone, because I just learned this about you, you said you didn't go live, you didn't like going live before Amazon. you fooled me as to like, okay, this dude has done live streaming before because live streaming is way different than pre-recorded content, right? So talk about the way you go live and how that works for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you nailed a lot of it. And the funny thing is, I had to go to public speaking class. I don't know if you know about Toastmaster, but I
Yep.
went to a couple of Toastmasters and I struggled because I'm not a good public speaker. But being on Amazon Live was so fun and you get better as you do it. Like I would not be able to have a conversation like this with you right now 2 years back. Like I would stumble on my words. I didn't even know what to say. I would have to rehearse. It's just tough. But on Amazon, I kind of got better over time. And right now it's a perfect opportunity because there's not a ton of people on there. So whatever you do, people are very forgiving. So you're able to go out there, just be yourself, talk about your products. And the other thing is, it's always the topic that makes it easier too. Like if you talk about, if you ask me to talk about like the Declaration of Independence, I'm gonna struggle because that's not my passion. But on Amazon, you talk about products that you buy, shop, and own and use every day, dude. That's easy. And I love doing that. What I do is I make my stream a little bit more unique. I have a wider screen, as you can see right here, where I stand around, I interact a little bit more visually, just because I feel like one of the things that is able to capture people's attention while they're browsing through the product pages on Amazon is something flashy, like a light or me dancing around. Now, Monte, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you know, but I used to work out without a shirt doing insanity workouts on Amazon, and that made me tons of money because people are like, well, I attract two audience. Mainly the ones are like, what the heck is going on here? Who is this guy and what is he doing? Yet they still click on my video and I still get commission when they end up checking out and buying the products. And sometimes I convert them into people that are passionate about what I have talking about. And there's actually people that click on it because they're actually interested in the fitness equipment that I'm talking about. So like you said, I'm very energetic, high energy, because I believe in two things that are successful that help me become successful. Number one is providing value to my audience, whether it's picking out some good products with some good deals or just some product knowledge to help them find what they need. And I provide them entertainment. I provide them a ton of entertainment, whether I'm goofing off, doing flips, making a fool of myself, because I love it because I create engagement. And one of the most surprising thing to me that made me become successful in live streaming, I never thought about, is that the engagement you get from the audience fueled me. People come to my stream
Mhm.
and say, where do you get all the energy? I'm like, guys, the energy comes from you. You guys give me the energy because we all create YouTube videos prior to Amazon Live experience, and we're talking to a camera and we're perfectionists. We're worried about every little detail. But when you're talking about live streaming and talking to an audience, they say goofy things, you react to it. People are bring up reference to DMX, and I'm y'all about ready to lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Then we just goof around, we talk, and we just play. We play it off. I was doing like a leg compression the other day, and people say, "Well, why do you have big legs?" I'm like, "Well, you have expansion here. You can just open this up and expand it, so you have big legs." And then we broke into a song where, oh yeah, when somebody walks in with a little itty leg, I get sprung. I like big legs. I cannot lie, right? So we just goof off, have fun, and I do a lot of giveaways. I've given away over $8,000, probably $9,000 by now in prizes and gift cards. And the funny thing is, I made up that money plus a ton more. It's funny because the more generous I am, the more followers I get, the more views I get, the more sales I get, and the more money I make. So, am I really being generous or am I being greedy by giving more? I don't know. But I love doing giveaways because it's helped grow my channel and my income tremendously on Amazon Live.
And if you guys have not followed David's channel, you have to follow David's channel. Um, David, as you were talking, I'm just like, Amazon Live is fun. It's a social platform that's fun. You get to talk about things you already own. You get to talk about it on one of the most popular websites in the world, and you get to make money from it. You get to work with some of your favorite companies. Like there's just so many bonuses to do it. And so I'm encouraging people that have not looked into Amazon Live to look into it, regardless if you have an established business or maybe you're just trying to generate some extra income on the side. And that's kind of what I want to talk about, is because we have people in the communities that are like they've never done this before. They've never gone live before. They've never interacted on social to this manner before, but they are doing well. There's so many resources that we have available for you guys. So like those are in the Facebook groups. Y'all can find those. We're going to talk about David's training and all that kind of stuff. So the information is there. There's no problem getting that to you guys. But being able to like incorporate this into what you're doing, and David, you just make it seem like it's just a fun part of your day too. It's not like a task that, oh, I gotta go do this Amazon live thing. Can you kind of talk about the different types of people that you are helping get into Amazon, because we all got lives, right? I just got a new baby girl here, so like I'm not going live every single day on Amazon, but I don't necessarily have to go live every single day on Amazon. I think that's one of the benefits of this type of platform.
Yeah, and you nailed it again, Monty, because you are also a live streamer and a successful one on Amazon Live. But I want to even say to you, Monty, you can actually be continually making commission on Amazon, even with your baby girl. Because guess what? You're probably buying stuff for her, right, from Amazon. So as you unbox it, heck, just take out a phone and record you unboxing. You don't even need to talk to the camera. Just talk to your baby girl as you unbox it. Look at this, girl. Look what we got you. You're gonna love this, right? And oh, look at this. This is awesome. Oh, this is pink. You're gonna love this one. I bet you're not gonna like this one very much. Whatever it is, you open it up. You have an unboxing experience with your girl. Just record it, upload it. That's a shopable video. That's gonna make you money on Amazon Live. Plus, live streaming, like you said, there's no fixed schedule. You can do it any time of day, anytime you want. Sometimes I'm live streaming at 2 a.m. because when I was doing a workout program, I use Amazon Live to keep me accountable for my workout program. Because when I didn't go live and do my workout, I feel guilty. So even though I had such a busy schedule, I still went live at 2 a.m. I still sold a ton of workout equipment and I got my workout in. It was great.
Yep.
So yeah, you don't have to go live every day or any day whenever you have free time. And the fact that you can go live with just your cell phone blows my mind, because you can literally like go to the park and hang out and unbox or talk about a volleyball or a tennis racket or a picnic basket, whatever you buy on Amazon, and you just record it and say, hey, we're live right now. We're having a picnic. If you want to spend more time with your family, maybe make it a shoppable video instead of a live stream. But technically, you can go live anywhere. Or maybe you've been having a long day with your baby girl and you have just gotten her to go sleep, right? So here you have 15 minutes to relax. Well, you can either relax and vent to yourself or just go live and say, guys, I'm so happy to see you. I just had a fantastic day with my baby girl. I mean, people will say it's a ton of work having a daughter, and especially a growing daughter that's just barely able to come out. It's just barely been born, requires so much attention, yet I'm so happy. It's so rewarding. And these are some of the things I just bought for her, and she absolutely loves them. Like if you guys got a newborn and you are anticipating a baby girl, these are things I recommend. And just vent that way, and it might actually be rewarding, because to me, after a long days of work, I go on live to release energy, because it is my pleasure. I'd rather go live than play video games. If you guys are hardcore gamers, you would know gaming is a stress reliever. But for me, Amazon Live is a stress reliever. Plus, I make money. So yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, I love what you're saying, David, because that's one of the reasons I'll go live too, is because it allows me to document it live. I don't have to edit. Like I've got some stuff like right behind me that has not been unboxed yet, because I'm supposed to make a YouTube video for it. And I'm like, I could just make this Amazon live stream and the unboxing is there live and people can buy it and I can make my commissions right away. And I really think that aspect of just going live and just documenting what you're already going to do. Like me and my wife, we received a lot of gifts. Again, thank you guys for those that sewed into our lives for our baby girl. And I went live. I was like, well, let me just unbox these. And I went live, and Chris Stone, he's here in the Facebook chat. And I think Chris was on that. He had tuned in, and he was probably like, what are you talking about today? Because you never talk about baby products. But it was an opportunity. I had to unbox it anyway. Why not just go live on Amazon? Why not just make some commissions? Why not just create these little shoppable videos? Because I have to do it anyway. And there's so many ways to monetize this. I see so many of you guys here. Let me shout y'all out real quick. Infamous Sylvia, I'm going to get to your question here shortly. Brene, good to see you. Appreciate the super chat as well. The Barros is here. Good to see you. Roz is here. Juan is here. Omar's here. I think I got everybody on here. The numbers are crazy tonight. You guys are showing out tonight. We're gonna get to some Q&A here in a minute. Um, well, we can get to some Q&A here now. Miss Jill is here. Good to see you, Miss Jill. We're talking about Amazon Live, going live on a platform. That's what I gotta do. I gotta pay some bills, y'all. We gotta shout out our sponsor real quick, because they allowed this to happen. Sponsor is Melon. If you guys have not checked them out, they are a live streaming platform. Look, if I'm gonna have David just do my promos. I'm gonna reach out to David, like, David, do my promos in the background. David, you guys have to see him on Amazon if you haven't seen him. But Melon is our sponsor. Check them out. Live streaming platform. Go live from your desktop. You can actually go live from your cell phone now, but it's a great platform to get started with to go live if you haven't checked them out. MelonApp.live. And what you guys are seeing now is like what David does in his show, that it keeps that engagement and it keeps that interaction going in the show. And it's entertainment too. So I know Chris Stone is here in the chat, and he kind of makes me think of this. We don't like to do, yeah, I'm gonna call them out, HSN QVC style necessarily. We like to really talk about things that we like to talk about, and you'll see that in a lot of the shows that we do. David, can you kind of talk through that a little bit, because it doesn't seem like you're pitching a product, if that makes sense, when you go live. It's like, I legit love this product. I legitly use this product, and I'll share it with you guys. And if you want it, go ahead and buy it. I gain some commission, but like, I actually think this would be a good product for you. Can you kind of talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So that is kind of a two answer that I want to give you. One, yes, that's very true. When I was not worried about brand deals and sponsorship and making money, there are some streams that I do now that are sponsored by a particular agency where I do want to talk about particular products, but I don't need to sell them per se. I just unbox them, show my experience, show my reaction, and it works great because I fulfill what the brand needs, which is either exposure to the product or sales, which I get both by just talking about the product. I don't have to be biased and say, hey, this is a great product, when I in fact just unbox on the stream. So that's the one thing about being live, is you can always be genuine, even though you never got the product ahead of time and never really tried it, but you can be genuine as you're unboxing it. Now, prior to me working with those brands, more or less what you said is I talk about the products that I always use and have. And that was even more enjoyable than working with the brands. But obviously, working with the brands gave me more money. And I love talking about the products that I use and have and own, because they're genuine, the stuff that I love, right? I mean, look at this headset I have. This is the Rode Wireless Go 2. This is what Monte uses as well. And I can tell you right now, I'll just put this light down for a second right here. But guys, Rode Wireless Go 2. This is a great way to get wireless audio to your computer. You got two transmitter here and one receiver. Why do you need two transmitter? Well, if you do interviews, you can get two people and record the audio together and receive the all in one receiver that will go to one camera or connect directly to your computer via USB. You couldn't do that before. Before you went to two people audio, you have to have a mixer, all that complicated stuff. So what I just did right there was talk about my favorite product. I didn't have to think about it because I'm so passionate about it. I use it on a daily and I love it. In fact, I would love for people to buy it, not because I make money. I would love for them to buy it because I know it's going to up their game in their creativity, their content creation, and that makes me happy because they're gonna come back to me and say, yo, David, those wireless Go you recommended, I love them. They make recording audio so easy, whether I'm out on the go with my iPhone or I'm doing a live stream, it works so good. And hey, I get commission for it. And it's not pushy sell things. I really hate it when I go to a car dealership and they push sales on me. I don't like to say, hey, this is awesome. It's on sale right now. Put it to your cart. Check it out right now. You're going to be happy you bought it. Like, I don't like to do that. I mean, there are influencers that do that and they get sales that way. And maybe some people like to watch that content, aka QVC style. But for me, I like to keep it real because I have a relationship with my audience and they don't come to me for the shopping pressure. They come to me for entertainment and some knowledge about the gear I have. Now, it can go either way. I'm not saying the people that sell and pitch things is wrong because they have their own audience too. There are people that love QVC for a reason. There are people that want to find a reason to buy something. So
Yeah.
that's why QVC exists, right? So there are people on Amazon that are killing it by talking about product after product after product. 3 minutes and they flip the carousel, 3 minutes and they flip the carousel. And they make tons of commission too. If that's what they like to do, maybe they don't like it and enjoy as much, but they make money. And that is something that helps them enjoy life. So let them be. And Amazon is a platform that really has boundaries, but at the same time, it doesn't. If that makes
Hmm.
sense, because you can kind of create your content however you want, as long as you're making sales, it's good. Even if you don't make sales, Amazon is not gonna say, "Hey, get off! You're not making sales." They're just gonna let you use the platform however you want. So that's kind of a long-winded answer, but
Man,
yeah, I'm not pushy on my sales at all.
what you just said at the end, the opportunities, like brands reach out to us and they don't know anything about us other than the fact that, oh, there's only a few people that live stream on this Amazon platform. How can I reach out to them? And so you can start to begin to write your own ticket. Those of you guys that came in a little bit later, what me and David really talked about early on was that $40,000 that Amazon is charging these brands. Well, us as influencers, we can just step right on in the middle and say, hey, I won't charge you 40. Maybe I'll charge you 20. Maybe I'll charge you 10. It's a lot more that you can make on this platform if you really want to tap into it and dive into that platform. I want you guys in the chat to do me something before I have David kind of talk about some of the things he helps people in this space do. I want you to think about all these different products that you guys have purchased from Amazon, especially those that have businesses or you're in nonprofit spaces. Think about all these things that you're buying from Amazon to fulfill the needs of that business. Then I want you to think about the company name behind that, and being able to not have to buy those products anymore, but have them start to send you these products so that you can take that money that you were going to use to buy those products and reposition it into your business or organization somewhere else. I want you guys to start putting these companies in the chat. I want your minds to start to work. I'm putting y'all to work tonight. I ain't planning on, but I'm putting y'all to work tonight. These companies are companies that you can potentially work with and collaborate with. Okay. David mentioned a little bit early on, like we're beginning to work with companies that are in our industries that are, David, you would say top tier, right? Like they're not.
Top tier.
Yeah, so like we're working with a lot of them, but we're working with some of the ones we really want to work with as well. And I think that's super important because if you can, I talk about this concept of a digital resume, David. It looks really good when somebody comes to you and they see certain names that you've worked with or you've collaborated with. Like your stock goes up because you've
Yep.
legitly worked with these companies. And I know, David, you've seen it. I've seen it. There's a bunch of people in our communities that have seen that. Because if you collaborate with these companies, you guys, it continues to create more opportunities because company A sees you're working with company B. Hey, I need a part of this. I need a piece of this puzzle, so that I can get in on this platform. And we're talking about Amazon Live tonight, but this e-commerce thing. Let's talk about that, David. This e-commerce thing is not going to be limited to Amazon Live. You spoke to about it. What do you kind of think is going to happen in 2022, 2023 when it comes to this live shopping influencer space?
Oh yeah, it's gonna blow up. But I guess I want to do a shout out for all the people in the chat right now. They're saying Jabra, Anchor, Ace, Govi, Apple. Like I've worked with a couple of these brands. In fact, if I right here, it's actually right here. How convenient. Yo, Anchor sent me this. This is like a $300 power bank. And they say, hey, talk about it on the stream. So we are getting access to top tiers and they are reachable. Like I have some other creators that are working with GE already, KitchenAid. I mean, these are brands that as YouTubers, small YouTubers that we are, we would never imagine that would actually reach out to us, right? And yet they are. So sorry
Mhm.
for that side jump right there
Oh,
to
no
that
problem.
brand. Now to answer your question about the future of live streaming e-commerce, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Amazon is smart. They are grabbing the bulls by the horn because they realize that live streaming e-commerce is blowing up in China. Like I opened up this interview, we're talking about there's actually two particular live streamer in China right now, and this is a fact. Couple of months ago, on like it was Singles Day or whatever, a very popular day in China, they live stream, and during their single live stream session, they sold for a particular brand as much items, as much sales in that one live stream as that brand was able to make the entire year without that influencer. So an influencer in today's modern marketing sense has brought brands so much value. It's mind blowing. It's more than a Super Bowl commercial because people go to Super Bowl to watch that, not to be brainwashed by ads, but people come to a live stream to listen to these influencers that know what they're talking about and they're ready to buy. They just need to say, what should I buy? And the influencer said, hey guys, I got these new headphones that are great. I've been testing them out and I think you should get them. And boom, buy, right? Because they have the trust, they have the audience, and the influencer can make amazing amount of sales. So why are we talking about China? Well, because China is ahead of the curve in this aspect right here. And Wall Street sees it. It's all over Wall Street. They're like, China e-commerce live streaming is the biggest rage. Will it come to the United States? And a lot of people are predicting yes. Partially because it's about time with the pandemic. We can't just easily go to Best Buy to ask a person in the aisle for help on a computer or camera. We can kind of do it now because the shops are kind of open up again. But at the same time, will that Best Buy representative have the passion that either Monte or I have for a particular camera? Or would they have the experience using it as a live stream tool? Maybe, but most likely not, because they're just a rep there collecting their commission. Whereas a live streamer, they're passionate about the product. So it opens up the opportunity for this type of communication with the audience. And the pandemic fueled it because during the pandemic, people were shopping online like Amazon.com and they realized I can't ask anybody. I can read the product
Right.
page, and the best thing is maybe look at the reviews, and then maybe go on YouTube. But then YouTube is kind of like a little bit like too polished, right? Because you edit this and everything's perfect. Whereas live stream, you get the real raw like unboxing and seeing everything. And oops, it didn't work out. Like I know Monte, you tried to put a gimbal on live stream, and this thing is hard to put on. Well, there it is. That's the true value that you offer your audience. Even though you thought you goofed up, I thought you did great by demonstrating how hard that gimbal is to use, right?
Hmm.
So my point is e-commerce live streaming is picking up because China, because of the pandemic, and Amazon is smart because they are leveraging it. And they're smart because they're the only platform that can really leverage it right now because they are first an e-commerce platform
Yep.
selling stuff online, and they're the biggest one in the United States. And now they just tacked on live streaming on top of it. There's no other platform in the United States right now that does live streaming and e-commerce that's big, that's noteworthy, right? I mean, there's Twitch, but they don't sell stuff. There's TikTok Live, but they don't sell stuff. There's Instagram Reels and Instagram maybe Live, whatever. There's no platform that sells stuff and does live streaming yet, except Amazon Live. So they're smart, they're ahead of it. And the funny thing is, they're not too good at it. I hate to say that. They're not optimizing it to the best. And I see so many areas where they can improve, but it doesn't seem like a priority for Amazon to make Amazon Live the biggest and best thing out there. So other platforms are gonna come up. YouTube Live shopping is gonna start coming up. Macy Live shopping, Walmart Live shopping, Instagram Live shopping. It's all gonna pick up. But you don't want to wait for those. Keep your eyes on those and jump on those platforms when they begin. But right now, prove yourself first on the only platform in the United States that does e-commerce and live streaming. And Monty, what's that?
I think it's called Amazon.
That's it. Amazon Live is the only platform. So I think the future is other platforms, but right now, Amazon Live is where it's at. And it may change, it may get better, but whatever it is, be the first and ride a wave to the top, guys.
Yeah, I want you guys to start typing in your questions if you haven't. I'm gonna scroll up here and grab these questions. So go ahead if you have questions for David to start typing those in. One of the things you were talking about, David, is how these other don't wait for these other platforms. Go ahead and get your feet wet. And I think that's awesome advice because this allows you to build that recognition on this platform. I literally have had people email me that follow me on other platforms and are like, "Hey, I saw you on Amazon." Like, yep, that was me. Like, because to think about like how big that is, how did you get on Amazon's basically what they're saying. I saw you, the guy he screenshotted it. It was so funny. He said, he sent me a screenshot. I saw you on the homepage of Amazon. And I'm just like, yeah, because it's happened before. But when you really sit there and think about that, David, you're on the front page of Amazon. Like, and that is possible still for you guys. Like we're not saying anything that's like, oh, that part of the opportunity of Amazon Live is gone. Not at all. Like it is still, relatively speaking, easy to get great visibility on Amazon, i.e., being on the front page of it. I remember getting on Amazon Live and I saw like Oprah, and I had a video sitting right next to Oprah's video, and I was just like, there's got to be something here to this. Let me go through and let me describe some of these questions, David. Let me scroll back up here because I did see one about getting started. Let me grab this one because I do see it real quick. Houston Professional Photography says, when do you think there will be an Android app? Right now, Amazon Live is only available for iOS devices. I haven't heard anything about Android, and at least nothing concrete. David, have you heard anything about the Android side yet?
So I was part of the beta program for over 2 years ago, and I gave them a lot of feedback as they were developing the program. And my business partner at the time helped live stream with me. And the number one question we had was, how do we download the Android version of the app? And the answer was no. And that was 2 years ago. And they said they'd be working on it. And they said the first priority would be a web app, then an Android app after that. So they don't even consider an Android app even middle priority. It's like the last of that priority. So don't let that stop you. A lot of people think, oh, well, I can't do it because I don't have an Android. No, get that out of your mind. Get a used iPhone, used iPad, used AirPod Touch. As long as the iOS 10.0 or newer compatible, which is most of these devices, even if they're about 5 years old, they can run it. Now, you can still use those devices as the main camera and go live, but you don't even need to use that camera on the device to go live, because Monte and we use a broadcasting software like Ecamm Live, vMix. I think Melon does it too, right? You can go live on Amazon with Melon. You can do it with any platform. OBS is free too. So what you do is you buy any iPhone, just buy it for like 50, 60, 70 bucks. And then you can download the Amazon Live Creator app, use that app, log in, and then tell that Creator app that, hey, I want to do my live stream and I'm going to broadcast it from my computer. Boom, go live. And that $75 investment, you'll make that back in that very live stream. If you talk about some products you love, you might get enough sales to make it back in one live stream. I mean, that's ROI, return on investment, guys. Don't wait for the Android app. Buy the iPhone, even if it's just to go live on Amazon. I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I totally think it's worth it.
And then talk about that iPhone and iPad on your Amazon Live.
And make a shoppable video on it too.
And make a shoppable video. Yeah. And that leads me right into one of Miss Jill's statements. She said, I think the thing has been holding me back from streaming on Amazon has been worrying about the time commitment, and those shoppable videos is definitely something that you can do, because Amazon has like this whole influencer program now, and those shoppable videos and shoppable photos are a big part of it. And I know that we've noticed in our communities is that for some people, it's more beneficial to do the short form content versus the long form content. And there's definitely there's a whole bunch of strategies to around all of this, and people like David are helping leading the way on taking a look at really what works best for you and how can you maximize that aspect of it, because there's certain aspects of going live that might get you that quick exposure from the brands because they see, oh, there's somebody going live talking about us, where the shoppable video may get more exposure because a lot of people have questions. They'd like to see these little short videos of a product in use. So there are definitely ways that you can make this work for your different time commitments. Let's see here. Let me go down here because we want to jump into some rapid fire questions. Brene says, I'll pass this one to you, David. What are the basic Amazon requirements? I'm going to assume, Brene, you're referring to the Amazon Live specifically, so we'll go with that. If not, let me know and we'll clarify it. But David, what are the basic Amazon Live requirements?
You're going to have to help me with this, Monte, because in the beginning, we knew it was roughly about 1,000 subscriber on YouTube, roughly about either that or maybe 1,000 followers on a Facebook page, or maybe about 1,000 followers on Instagram. And that was about a year and a half ago. When you had those requirements, you can actually submit an application through an online process for the Amazon Influencer Program. And just like that, it would be automated and you would get in. It would be that easy. But now, not that it's saturated yet, even there's not enough people on Amazon Live, but Amazon is changing the scale a little bit. They have leverage now. They have enough content creators on a platform where they can afford to be selective. They say, hey, you want to be on my platform? Well, let me see. Can you show me some engagement? Can you show me that you have a following on YouTube? Because when Amazon wants you to come in, they're not asking you to come in to test our platform anymore. That was me and Monty. That was the beta stage. Now they want you to come in, but bring your audience to the platform. So they want you to have an audience. We don't know exactly what it is now, because it's probably more than 1,000. I've seen people with 10,000 subscribers get rejected. Now that might
Mm.
be an extreme case. It might be because some of their content was just really not something that Amazon likes to see on the platform, and it's not a clear requirement because they don't want to be clear. Amazon can decide who they want on the platform. It might be someone that they think has an amazing personality that they want on the platform. That person might have 5 subscribers. Well, maybe that's a little bit extreme, but maybe only like 500 subscribers. But they will even pay that person a salary per month just to get them on the platform. And the other turn of the coin, they might say, well, this guy have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, but we have too many tech YouTubers on the platform already. So we don't want another tech YouTuber coming on to Amazon Live. So maybe try again when you have 10,000. So it varies. I hate to say that there is no concrete answer. Maybe Monte has a better answer, but I would say try to get about 1,000 on each of those platforms: YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and then apply and see what happens. And if you get rejected, try to get more engagement, more audience on there, and try to make your content more or less the type of content you see on Amazon, that's more fitting on Amazon on your platform, and see if that helps you apply. But I don't know,
Yeah.
Monty, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna double down on what you said. Is to really just try to build that engaging audience, that 1,000 follower count, just like really get that engagement from them, and make your platforms, clean up your platforms so that when Amazon looks at it, there's someone that you'd be someone that's a lot easier to say, yes, this person would be a good fit for our platform versus the platform just being all over the place. So things like that, I think you guys should definitely consider. We got about 10 minutes left, David. I want to rapid fire through some of these questions, and then let's talk about some training because a lot of people are asking about training stuff. Let's see here. We got, let me scroll down. Phil says, what's going on, Phil? Do you have a live moderator or assistant during your show?
Good question. I have my assistant as this. This is an MX ergonomic mouse, and I use this mouse and I move around with it while I do my stream. I use this to change the scenes, as you see right here, change it back. I could have a blink out like this. I can do whatever I want. I don't moderate. I don't have a moderator. I am my own moderator because I can't afford a moderator yet. But now that I am featured on Amazon Epic Deal front page these days, I'm getting about 800 to 1,000 concurrent viewers. It does get a little bit intense, but I'm still able to use this to moderate myself while I'm live. And if you're not even standing far away, you can just use your own mouse and moderate the live stream. I think Monty does his own moderation. A lot of people do. If you're not tech savvy, you might want somebody to help you out. But at the same time, you can control the amount of engagement you want in your chat. Maybe you just set the expectation that, hey guys, I can't respond to all the chat. I'll just read the most current one. And that's cool. Talk about your product, do your Amazon Live. You don't really need to have a moderator. But at the same time, I see big content creators have moderators to help them out. And it does help, like, do giveaways and more intense activities. So short answer, no, just me.
Cool. Everybody loves the mouse. Like that is Amazon Live. It's awesomeness right there. It's like, okay, yeah, this is what I use. And y'all just saw the power of what he used. Start asking about it. Is it on his Amazon Live page? How can I find it? Where is it at? What kind of mouse? Like all those questions start to create this engagement. So yeah, all of David's Amazon Live stuff is linked here. Next question. Let's get through some of these. Infamous Sylvia had a comment. She said, I recently became an Amazon influencer, but didn't know about the live. Yeah, definitely jump on the live aspect. Let's see here. I saw, this is Houston Professional Photography, said, I saw a category of Black creators. How do I get added? Well, I think Amazon really has a lot of the control over who are in the categories because they do have a team. It is relatively small, but I think they are the ones that are actively, I think they're manually doing that too. So you would just have to continue to show up. I would say the more you show up, consistently show up, that they begin to see you and they'll go ahead and add you to these specific categories. I don't know anything else behind that, but I think it's more of a manual process. And not just Black creators, you guys, there are all kinds of holidays and months that we celebrate. So there are a lot of different categories where they'll highlight Asian Pacific heritage and all Native American, like there's a lot of different categories that they're highlighting too. So if you fall in any of those particular categories, I would say just show up consistently as you can.
If I may say, there's one particular category, like for example, holiday shopping, where they will email certain people and say, hey, you're selected for holiday shopping. Go ahead and create some content for this type of category with this type of thumbnail or title, and we'll add you to it. Also, on some particular deals, they might have like a catchphrase. If you say it within the first 15 seconds of your video, you'll be promoted and potentially be in that category. But that's not true for all things. Like for example, the Black creator, I have no idea how to get in that one. I think it's, like Monte said, a manual thing. Whereas some things they might invite you personally, and yeah, it kind of varies. That's all we know.
All right, let's get to Eri. I hope I'm saying the name right. He is adamant about asking how do you monetize your channel. There are so many ways to monetize your channel. Specifically, he's asking YouTube, which is not the subject for tonight. But in general, you just have to show up. Like you have to show up. You have to put links to different things that you're selling. I don't focus on AdSense revenue from YouTube, and I wouldn't focus on it from any other platform, to be honest with you either. David, I've seen a lot of the best way to monetize is through brand deals and sponsorship opportunities. The affiliate commissions are very nice as well if you're on the right platform. Like if I go live on Amazon and I have affiliates to products, they sell way better because I'm on a platform where people are ready to buy versus a YouTube video where I have the exact same affiliate link, but people don't necessarily click into the description and then click the button I need them to click to go to Amazon and make that commission. So understanding how the platforms just work, understanding like what people natively do and what they natively don't do will help you. But you got to create content. At the end of the day, if you don't show up, you're not going to monetize Amazon Live. Like you might monetize the shoppable videos because they sit there longer, but then somebody will push you down the line and then eventually you'll just see the monetization go down. But do you have any other tips on just monetizing your channel in general?
Yeah, well, on YouTube or on Amazon Live,
The
which I
question
answer.
was specific to YouTube, but I mean, if
Okay.
it's YouTube or Amazon Live, I
Yeah.
think either way
Well,
you go will
I'll
help.
jump this real quick. So this is the commission I make on Amazon Live, about $40,000. And don't let this be like a ceiling, because even though I do a lot of effort and I'm all out there with a lot of energy, I have students that make 4 times, 5 times, 10 times as much as this on Amazon by just they're hustling. They just create content, whereas I'm coaching and teaching other people. So this is Amazon Live, but if you're on YouTube, you can make money on YouTube too. So seriously on YouTube, I have about 404 videos, and you can see in my YouTube studio. I'll just jump over it right here. I made about $21,000 on the ad revenue, and that's not a lot of money, guys. $21,000 is not a lot for like 5 years on YouTube. And like Monty said, you can put your Amazon affiliate link on the bottom of your YouTube video. That kind of helps. But if you look at my Amazon Live right here, let me switch over to my Amazon affiliate. This is all the money I make from the affiliate commission. So I'll show you right now. This is how much money I make from the affiliate. And I've been making YouTube videos for a long time and trying to add money links under my YouTube video to make money. And I made about what, 3,500 in an entire year using affiliate link on YouTube. So yeah, you can make money. You can monetize on YouTube by ad revenue as well as affiliate link and many other purposes. But I would say if you get a chance to get on Amazon Live, do it, because on Amazon Live, I made $40,000 in 1 year. On YouTube, I made what, $20,000 in 5 years. That's, I mean, bottom line is you can make money anywhere. How you leverage the platform is up to you, but Amazon Live is where you can make the most money in shortest amount of time.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this conversation. I know you guys did. I know you guys did, because anytime we talk about these different social platforms and the opportunities that are there, you guys love to show up. So appreciate you guys for being here. As you guys are continuing to have questions, because I know you do, David is going to be doing a workshop training session so that you guys can jump into there and really dive deeper into this. I train, David trains. You will see our faces when people say Amazon Live. One or two faces are going to show up. That's just what it is, I think. But there's quite a few faces. I'm just. You guys know there's so many of us that are
Everyone's
doing.
helping out.
Yeah, yeah. Chris and Jim. Well, no, if I start calling names, I don't want to miss anybody because there's so many people that are educating their audiences about this platform. But David is going to be doing a training, you guys. So David, let's walk through what you got coming up here. What are you going to be talking about, and how people can find you as well.
Sure. Well, thank you for the opportunity. So I have a webinar every 2 weeks. So it's a bi-weekly public webinar. It's absolutely free to enter, but you do need to register before the actual date. So the next one is about 2 weeks from now because we just had one last Saturday, like 2 days ago. To register, it's amazonlivewebinar.com. Now that domain name might change because I just learned I can't use the word Amazon in a domain that I own. But for now, it's amazonlivewebinar.com. If it changes, hopefully Monte will allow me to update that link at the bottom of this video so that you guys can see. That's every 2 weeks, and people come in with all types of questions, but it's mainly targeted towards a beginner's level where we talk about the history of Amazon Live, why it's the future of live streaming, and why it's a great opportunity now, and how to get started, and the pros and cons of doing it versus other platform. And then people do ask very advanced questions in that webinar. I always schedule for 1 hour, I end up talking for 2 hours, and at the end of it, I demonstrate how to do a giveaway as well. So people enjoy the giveaway, plus they learn how to do a giveaway because I see that giveaway strategy on like a lot of other Amazon live streamers now doing the duck race, doing the spin wheels. It's awesome. I love it that we're all taking ideas from each other and improvising and making our own. But in that webinar, I show you guys all the basics, plus I demonstrate a live stream giveaway, which is one way that I am able to grow my channel very fast and quickly. Plus, I'll give gift cards away for you guys attending again. So sign up at amazonlivewebinar.com for that, and it happens every 2 weeks. You can watch the recording of the last one on Saturday we just did by going to our Facebook group. The short link to our Facebook group is free Amazon Live training or Amazon Live training. Yeah, Amazon Live. Hang on. Free Amazon Live training, I think. Yeah, sorry. So I think it's free amazonlivetraining.com will take you to our Facebook group. If that link doesn't work anymore, because again, I can't have the word Amazon in the link, Monte will give you a link directly to my Facebook group. Both Monte and I have a Facebook group where we train people and we coach people and we let the community help each other grow and learn from each other because it's a great way because we don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. Amazon keeps things from us. So the best way we can help each other is by sharing from experience. And the community is the best way we share because no one's paying other people for it. It's all free. His community has a lot of people doing that. My community has a lot of people. We have a lot of overlapping audiences in both community, but you'll find that one community might be benefiting for you, or just join both and be part of both. There's no, we're not rivals. We're allies. We work together and we help you guys get on Amazon Live because ultimately, I think Monte and we just want to see you guys successful on the platform. And if anything, it's our pleasure to see you guys do well. So yeah, join our Facebook community, join the free webinar and learn from us. And we hope to see you on Amazon Live. So thank you, Monte, for the opportunity to share my content.
Oh, no problem. And you guys will also see in the Amazon Live Facebook groups, not only are the influencers there, but the brands are there. So like they're sitting right there. We won't go into that. Miss Jill, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you for the super chat and being here. I'll ask one more question, David. I'll end it on here because Miss Jill, she did get the super chat. So you can't just bypass the super chat questions. Like, no, can't do that on YouTube, right? Gotta learn your platforms. Miss Jill said, does your income from Amazon Live fluctuate a lot?
Yes, it does. It fluctuates based on the holidays and the sales. Like Black Friday was a massive amount. It was incredible. It was like the best high ever. Same as Prime Days. Like boop. I've seen people make normally like $50 a day, make $1,000 on Prime Day. For me, I kind of keep it a little bit less fluctuation, but I still saw a huge fluctuation during those big days. And then after those big days, it tends to drop because people did all the spending already. So it does fluctuate a little bit like that. But it's not. If you look at the big picture, it's pretty stable. But again, I would never recommend making this a full-time job, making this your main income, because even though the commission is relatively stable, Amazon could technically shut down the program at a snap of a finger and you would lose everything. That's true with any platform, even something more established like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, wherever you guys are on. They can be shut down at any moment because that's how platforms are, especially if you violate some of their policy. Whether you know it or you don't, they might take offense from it, and they might shut you down. I've had creators in my group that were making $40,000 in commission per month, and they did a couple of things that Amazon didn't like. And not only did they stop that content creator from making any more content, they withheld paying them out for the money that they already made on that platform. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So long story short, it's relatively stable, but it's not something that I would put all my eggs in one basket for.
Yeah, diversification, right? Houston Professional Photography says, how many days a week you go live in a week? David, you go live every day, don't you?
If I could hold out all 7 fingers, I would. Yeah, I try to go every day. So I average about 1 hour a day. Some days I don't go live, and I make it up for another day. Some days I'll go live for 4 hours, and I'll be exhausted. I won't go live for another 4 days. But on average, I do about 1 hour a day. It's not that much.
Yeah. Awesome. You guys make sure that you check out David when he goes live. Go to amazon.com/live and you can see all of us when we go live. We're all there, but David's links directly to his channel are mapped here on YouTube and on Facebook. I want to again thank our sponsor, Melon. So if you guys are looking to start going live, whatever platform you need to start going live on, definitely start to check out Melon. They are the live streaming platform that I'm using right now for this interview and for all the interviews we've done. I think it's over 15, 16 weeks now. So make sure that you guys check them out at melonapp.live. David, I want to appreciate you for being here. Joining the live stream show here, taking you away from Amazon Live. You may be backdooring live streaming Amazon Live. I don't know, selling the Rode wireless gloves, selling your lightsaber, selling headbands, whatever the product you have in front of you. You're probably over there making a commission while you're over here too at the same time. There's all kinds of different ways to maximize this platform. Any closing thoughts, David, that you have for people as we go into 2022, man? It's about to be a new year, and this Amazon Live and this creator economy is something real. Any closing thoughts that you have?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the honor. I think Amazon, like I said, live streaming e-commerce is the future. This is the one opportunity you have right now because it's brand new. There's very little competition. And we've seen a lot of successful YouTubers out there. And the reason why I can't not replicate the success is because YouTube is oversaturated right now. I won't discredit the earlier YouTube success to just being first. They were talented for sure. But sometimes being first is part of the reason for the success. So right now, you have an amazing opportunity to be on Amazon Live. Get in there if you can. If not, try really hard to get in ASAP. It's getting harder as time goes on. And, it might be even very hard later on. It might be something where you have to work a year to get in, right? So get in right now. Be the first. Build a brand for yourself. There's no competition. There's very little competition. So you have an amazing edge. And Amazon right now is paying a lot. So it's worth your time, your investment to go on Amazon Live, and it's the future. Live streaming e-commerce, in my opinion, is the future.
Awesome. Appreciate you, David. Appreciate all you guys watching here on YouTube and on Facebook. Make sure that you hit the follow button if you're on or subscribe button. I forgot what platform I'm on. Follow button if you are on Amazon Live watching us. Hit the follow button. Follow buttons mean a lot to us in the Amazon Live space. And if you're watching here on YouTube, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And I'll see you guys back next week, every single Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys on Amazon Live.